it.
Well, welcome to Broom Talk, the podcast where witches, healers, magic makers gather to share their journeys, their magic, and their truths. I'm your host, Priestess Mellisa of Enchanted Dragonfly, inviting you to take a seat at the broom circle because the real magic is in the stories we tell. So let's stir the cauldron and speak the spell. So I have my wonderful new friend with me, and we're both the same height.
I know, it's so nice to have a little
Yes!
mighty, small but mighty.
Small and mighty, yes! Absolutely. So tell us your name and your business name.
Sure. My name is Julie, and I am the owner or founder of Dragonflies in Amber.
Awesome. I love it. And tell us about what you do there.
So Dragonflies in Amber is just a community space. So it's a place to find peace in a hectic world.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 16 to 19 practitioners that work through the building depending on the time of the year, because we do have a couple of snowbirds.
Nice.
And it's a place that you can either do mainstream life coaching, nutrition, all the way up to, do you want to learn to hover with the aliens? So anywhere in the spectrum. It was all of those folks, probably like yourself, that we came out of the corporate worlds, or we had some kind of life event, whether it's the death of a family member, illness, catastrophic something that made us look and go, wait a minute, this isn't working.
Yeah.
And so now there's a whole community of us. So it's lovely. I don't have to sell anything ever again for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. Now tell us where you're located.
So we are in the Manchog Mills in Sutton.
Awesome. Yep. That place is huge.
It is huge.
Nice.
It is huge. Yeah.
I love it. I can see you taking over one day.
Right? Maybe we should just make a collective floor.
Nice.
Like a magical collective floor.
Awesome. How did you start doing what you do?
Oh, it actually, one of those lifetime stories, because I've watched your stories, but it was one of those, when I was little, I had imaginary friends that I thought were the same as everybody else's, and not so much.
Yeah.
Because it was guardian angels, spirit guides, all those things that children and animals naturally see, and then the loving adults around us talk us out of.
Yeah.
So throughout my life, it was always presenting, and I ignored it. And then in my 20s, I got cancer, and they told me I had a 50-50 chance at living. And here I am, 31 years later.
Yes, screw
that.
that.
Right? And it was, well, what happens if I don't stay? And so I started sort of cursory studying all world religions, and I found these common denominators. They all talked about a source. They all talked about that being part of us. They all talked about trusting your intuition, listening to your ancestors. I was like, wait a minute. And so I started sort of snowballing from there. And then, the catalyst to Dragonflies becoming a place was back in 2011. One of my dearest friends passed away. And this was sort of that secret thing that two Catholic housewives did. And we would run off to Salem and then hope we didn't get splashed with holy water on a Sunday. And so when she started passing away, we started sort of looking more into, again, where do we go when we leave here? And turns out she's just in the air. So that's how it's sort of becoming a thing. And then in learning to sort of connect with her, I started learning about energy medicine, which completely changed my health history. So up until the age of 44, I was in shadow, I was in victim, I was sick, and then it was all the mind flip. I took my first Reiki class and I thought, okay, this lady may have lost her mind, because I was in corporate all my life. So I'm like, but it was $150, and then it worked. And then you know energy medicine. And so now I'm going to the doctors, and they can't even find a rare tumor disorder 102 people in the world have. I say there's only now 101.
Yes.
Because tumors are disappearing. And I ask the doctor, and they say, well, that happens. When does it happen? And I think it's connection to understanding we are an energetic being living a human experience. Yes. And if we control that energy and we heal that energy, the body and the mind will respond.
Oh, yes. You change our vibration.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And then I started having, that alignment where everything I needed to learn next started walking through the door of this little place I rented on a whim. Because I was traveling around learning, and I thought, well, maybe I'll get this one space and I won't have to travel. And then it was one person after another person after another person. So the Dragonflies in Amber became its own little entity. It runs all on its own. There's no business plan. There's no set rule of what it's supposed to look like. You get to come in and find your inner child, and we leave the adults at the door. And we have healing fun. Like, it can be very lighthearted, but it can also be an incredibly deep dive. Yeah. It just depends on where you're at. So do you need a fun art class, or do you really need to get into why these patterns in your life are over and over and over again, and these things are happening to you when they're really happening for you?
A little shadow work session, maybe.
Yeah. So it's been a complete mind flip for me since she passed away in 2011. So if you read on the website, the Dragonfly story, it is dedicated to her.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's such a beautiful story too.
Thank you.
I will post her link to her social media, probably Facebook.
Yeah, I have Facebook and Instagram, and I do have the TikTok, but I'm terrible. Terrible.
We'll post the link, and you can go visit whichever one you like, but we'll be in the description, so go check her out.
Perfect.
What type of practitioner are you?
Oh, multi-layered. So it started with the intuitive and the mediumship, and then it led to the energy healing, and that turned to multi-dimensional healing and copper wand healing, and now it's sound healing. I just got my CBAT, which is a cerebral art. It's art therapy. But it mixes the mainstream of actual coaching and therapy. But you discover what's going on underneath in the art, because talk therapy isn't always the way.
Yeah.
So I just got that. So it's always ever evolving.
Yes.
The crystal bowls, that was another certification recently, which that I think was the thing that tipped my blood work over the edge. Like I was always out of balance somewhere, and then tuning forks and the crystal bowls over the last 2 or 3 years, my doctor's looking at me like, I've known this girl since she's 24. She's 55. What is going on?
Yeah. They have found with certain ancient cultures, like caves that hold certain frequencies, if you ring a bell in it, or it just has its own frequency inside because it's lined with certain crystals or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But their cultures would bring somebody who was sick into these caves, or they would, a lot of Native American cultures, they would play their drums or their flutes over someone who's sick. That sound healing, like literally that's what it means. Isn't that fascinating?
It is interesting, and it is in the air, because you can feel the difference. Like you come into a place like yours that you can tell has energetically cleansed every day. You run it from heart center, and you feel that difference, and you go back outside. Well, we have 16 of us that are in there doing these things every single day. So you walk in, you walk through, you sort of walk out quarter of the way healed.
Yeah.
Just from walking through.
That's fascinating.
It's interesting.
I love it. What is your spiritual origin story or an awakening moment?
I think it was those two I was talking about at 24. It's sort of the before cancer and then the after cancer, and you feel like you got this miracle, and literally I did. And then it was just miracle after miracle. They told me I would never have children. He just graduated high school. He's amazing, not just because he's my son. He's actually an amazing human.
Good.
And, it's that. Like every year became a gift to me. So I think it's those. And then obviously when Patty left, and she jokes with me all the time because I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, she's like, you pulled the short stick. She's like, I'm in paradise. You pulled the short stick. I'm like, great, I'm down here executing.
Yeah. I will see you soon. I'll continue. Not soon. Later. I'll see you later. What is your daily spiritual or magical practice like?
Well, I did. When I first started learning, I thought, okay, listen, crazy hippie, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to do the grounding and the boundary bubble. I don't know what you're talking about. And now it's that. It's each morning when I wake up, I set the intention. I set my energy that I'll be in alignment with my highest purpose. Yes. And then I do the boundary and the grounding and the calling into the teams and I do the vision board. I do it all because, I have the type A intellect and the spiritualist. So they like to combine themselves. So my daily ritual is always making sure I stay in alignment. If I am in alignment, everything else sort of moves itself around for me.
I love that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Who or what inspires your path the most?
I think I can't pick one person. I have to say my sister has always been some guiding force for me. I don't know why. I strived forever and a day to be her, and then realized I'm not supposed to be her.
Right.
But she's always sort of that true north for me. But I think at this particular point in my life, I lived so much in the corporate world and in sort of that shadow and victim. And now I have this incredible group of women that I'm around every single day. So they all have that little guiding force for me somewhere without even realizing that they do.
That's awesome.
I mean, I live in a collective of like-minded people.
Yes.
It's pretty great.
It's wonderful that you have that sisterhood that is just loving and supporting of each other. There's no competition there. There's just love and support, and everybody's doing their thing to help that community. And
it's incredible, but I have to say, for all of us, myself included, it took us a long time to get used to the no agenda.
Yeah.
Or the, I just want you to be better. So if I am your friend, I am going to call you on your BS, because if you don't see that it's there, you don't get the option to let it go, because you're creating your own reality. So if something uncomfortable is happening, you're also in control of undoing it. So
true.
it does. It took us a bit to get used to, sometimes you get in a girl group and it can be a little catty.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen very often. And when somebody is having a shadow day, we really, truly do try to remember. And I know it sounds sort of a fantasy, but it's really not. The integrity of Dragonflies and Amber is, when it's your worst day, what do you need from the people around you?
Yeah.
So I really try to respond, and everybody really does. You get used to responding if it was my worst day, how do I want this person responding to me?
Yeah, and probably 9 times out of 10, people aren't being asked that question.
No.
What do you need? What do you need from us?
Right.
Something like that.
And knowing that you're not going to get punished for not having the right answer, because I don't know what your right answer is.
Right. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what you're doing. I really do.
Thank you.
Yes. What was the biggest challenge you faced on your journey, and how did you overcome it?
Honestly, imposter syndrome. Even now I'm sitting here and I'm talking and I'm like, wow, I sound a little, too good to be true. But it's not. This little entity of Dragonflies is not too good to be true. And once you get used to the safety of it, you stop sabotaging the safety of it.
Yes.
So I had that imposter syndrome, and it still sneaks up on me.
I
think that's been my biggest challenge, and the very long fall off the high horse when I realized I was creating it all. So, you spend that lifetime of, if you would just, then I would have.
Yeah.
And now I realize, let them, right?
Right.
But let me.
Right.
So people always ask, what comes next for Dragonflies? I have no idea what comes next, but I know I'm excited about it.
Yes.
My inner child gets all excited. My kid can be out all day. But it's I know what ball to catch, because if it's matching the back of our card, which is all about community, it's a safe place. Whether you're the practitioner, the client, or just walking through. It's a safe place to find peace in a hectic world. And then if it does not align with the 4 agreements, I will not execute it. So sometimes that business-raised person has a very different decision that she would make. But the heart-centered spiritualist always has to lead.
True.
So a lifetime of being told you're oversensitive and you can't just lead with your heart has become my reality.
Yes.
And so now I'm like, it does not align with the back of the card, and it does not align with the 4 agreements. I can't do it, even though my ego may want to.
Right. And that's funny. Sometimes that ego just sneaks up.
It sneaks right in there.
Like, no,
listen.
Get back here.
You messed up a lot of years.
Yeah. What are you doing back? What tools, methods, or spirits guide your work?
Well, I definitely feel highly aligned with my spiritual team. Like guardian angel, spirit guides, a big dragon fin. I believe there's nothing that is impossible at this point. So I say to people all the time, if you've seen it in Star Trek and you've seen it in Disney, it probably exists somewhere. That's not someone's imagination. They channeled it and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
So I love that I can lead with the heart, lead with that inner child, because everything follows joy, right? And then I have all the toys, right? So you have your tuning forks and your crystal balls and the copper wands and the pendulums and the crystals and all the things.
Fun. I love it.
It's so much fun.
Love it. How do you stay energetically protected and grounded?
Archangel Michael, big fan.
Nice.
But in that ritual that I do each morning, it's always calling in the highest part of myself, calling in the highest, purest, brightest vibration of the divine, calling in all elementals or energies that are here to keep us going. Right?
Yes.
You know very well, because I've been in your shop. So
Thank you.
Leading as a heart-centered person, you're told a lot of times you can't do that.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah, exactly.
You can.
Yeah.
And so when you're very tender-hearted, that world can be a little rough out there unless you're in a good place.
And a lot of times when someone says you can't do that or whatever, that's their beliefs.
Yeah.
Projecting on to you.
Right.
It's not some written law you have to follow.
Exactly. Well, life is a mirror, right?
Yes.
I have really gotten into that thinking. I would say a majority of the time I'm as human as anybody else, of why is that showing that to me though? So if it's uncomfortable, why is that showing to me? What is in my mirror that I need to be looking at? And that has really changed a tremendous amount of my relationships, my reactions to things. It's in front of me because I've called it in. So what am I supposed to be learning or teaching here?
Nice. And that's a good way to put it too, that you have to look in your own mirror, right?
Right.
And face that.
That's where the ego, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, is this my, and I do. I have those friends now where I'm like, yeah, hi. I need to know whether I'm having an ego reaction or if I'm seeing this clearly. Am I taking it personally? What's going on?
Right.
And I now have those friends I can trust. Like, they're going to tell me the thing I don't want to hear because they love me that much.
And that's important to have in your life. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. What is one common misconception about your craft or your work?
That we're all being deemed to hell.
Right?
Oh gosh, we're not. And I do, right? I think that's the most common misconception. And I will have people that pass the shop because we do have mediumship, we do have tarot, we do have psychics, but we have all of the other things too. We have emotion code and Reiki and energy healing and counselors and nutrition and art. And so we have all of it.
Yeah.
But there'll be several people that are like, oh, they do tarot in there. Ooh. And I can remember feeling like that, you know? Like I said, Patty and I used to go up to Salem and then hoped we didn't get splashed with holy water on a Sunday. That is still the question, you know, because I was born with the gift of gab, luckily, because I talk for a living now. But that's the question that always sort of stumbles me up is like, you'll have folks that come in and they're like, all right, I'm having a little bit of a struggle because I have these things happening to me and I'm being taught that they're bad or they're demonic. And I'm like, well, that does exist. So let's chit chat about what's happening first.
Yeah.
Like, where have you been going?
Yeah.
You want to be cautious of energy. And, you know, some of them they're just struggling between what they're being taught and what's happening. And then when they realize they're both the same spoken differently.
Fascinating.
The religion I was raised in is the same thing I'm practicing, just differently.
That's true. Like, it's the details that are different.
It's the details.
But in general, the belief is very similar. You know,
yes.
Not exact, of course, but very similar.
Yep.
Very true. Can you share a powerful or memorable client transformation?
Oh, other than mine?
It could be yours too.
Well, because if you had seen the Julie 15 years ago, the Julie today, you would think that I'm almost false, but I'm not. It's that diving into the healing. It's the owning that you created it. You weren't a victim of somebody else doing something to you. I created all those arguments. I created all of those divides. I created all of those things. So I think when I see somebody have that same aha moment that I had and sort of they fall off that high horse and they know it's safe to fall.
Yes.
So those are my favorites. So I do have a couple of those that I held space because my job is not to fix anyone. My job is to give them the tools and let them choose whether or not they want to use them. And so when you see somebody really grab their tools and use them and watch the difference in their mental, their physical, you can see it in their skin. You can see it in their eyes.
Yes.
When they've let all of the stuff they were taught to hold on to go.
And that's wonderful. I've seen them like carry themselves different too. Like the way their posture would be different.
Yeah, to watch somebody light up and not because I did anything. I honestly just hand you a tool. It's your job to take it.
Yes. Yes.
So those are my favorites.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you're able to help so many people that way too. It's very important.
Yeah.
What sacred self-care practices keep you aligned?
Definitely grounding. I will do anything that's in nature. So I'm a big camper. So I love to do anything that is in the woods. Those things definitely keep me grounded. And then I'm a crafter.
Nice.
So if there's anything that keeps my hands busy, that creates something, because I'm all about the fun in the environment, the beauty in the environment translates to the within. So those are sort of my sacred practices. Like when life is lifing, because it's a big chaotic world out there. I'll honestly go to like paper quilling, resin, doing a mandala. That's where the art therapy really started to come in. You know, it was the cognitive behavioral art therapist. That's what I couldn't get earlier because I was half in that channel. But that's where that started to come in because that crafting really did something for me.
Nice.
You know, and now we do outreach programs at a couple of detox centers and a mental health facility. And we noticed that between the energy and the yoga and the art therapy, like they're really getting somewhere. They're going deeper than when they're trying to talk about it. Sometimes if they knew how to talk about it, they wouldn't be where they are.
Right.
So those are the things that sort of work it out and then they can see it.
Yes. Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Love it. What does success look like to you as a spiritual business owner?
Honestly, if people are laughing and their inner child is out and we're playing, but I know it did something. Like those are the wins that I write down at the end of the day. Like I saw somebody just belly laugh and let it all go. That's success. Because we're taught adults don't do that. You have to be serious. And you do. You have to be responsible. Maturity sometimes is an option.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Responsible, yes. Maturity, not so much. I'm not known for it. But I think those are huge wins. When you really can get somebody to just not wear a mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just come on in here and fly your adorable little freak flag. Just do that.
Yeah.
right?
Freak flag, yes. Let it out. Oh, yeah. Very important.
Yep.
Do you follow the moon, astrology, or seasonal cycles in your work?
I do.
Nice.
I do. So I had the pleasure of meeting a practitioner who works through dragonflies. And again, 5-6 years ago, I always read my horoscope. I'm an Aries. And I didn't really get it. And she wanted to start teaching through dragonflies. And I was like, okay, well, this is a place of do no harms. I didn't know her. I just knew she felt good. So I'm learning. I've learned so much in the last 6 or 7 years.
Nice.
And so she does those. And I didn't realize how much we are actually affected by all of that.
Yeah.
Like I heard of Mercury in retrograde, because everybody talks about that. But like when you really start following that birth chart, you learn your human design, you start following the planetary alignments, you see where they are, you're like, whoa. You react to so much less.
Yes.
We do a class called the Cosmic Energy Update.
Oh, nice.
And that same practitioner, she teaches that. Her name is Francesca. And I take that, not only for me personally, but for the community as a whole, because there's a lot of personalities going on there.
Yeah.
And each of them is different. And my job is not to tell them how to be. My job is to hold space for who they are and where they're at. Are they going through a good phase? Are they going through a shadow phase? We back down the bottom of the well, or we rise and highlight? It's always going through, and knowing their big three and knowing their birth charting really does help. But also noticing where in that monthly cosmic alignment, I know this one's going to be having a harder month and this one's going to be on fire.
Yeah.
So that cosmic chat really helps. And I have little notes on the side like, do not talk today. Your Aries is going to be little note next to like, don't talk today. Now's a good time to sign a contract, but it's true.
Yeah, it is very true.
It really is true. It was amazing to me when you really start making the correlations.
Yes.
Why did we ever stop following that?
I couldn't even begin to explain why we did, but it's very important. I mean, when the moon literally affects not only the tides, but our menstrual cycles as women.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Everything. It affects everything. And so now you're less reactionary to the guy who cut you off, or your child who's having a fit, or your partner who's all of a sudden got a hair. Yeah. Because you understand what's going on. So you're like, okay, so this is probably their Chiron return. And so then, right. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just not going to take that personally. Not going to make any assumptions. And I'm going to ask the question tomorrow, because it says tomorrow. I just go back in my little thing, like, don't ask for a week. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it really does. It does a tremendous amount for ease. Yeah. Yeah. It's very important. And we're not getting all whipped up about things that we're taught to get whipped up about that we don't need to be whipped up about. Right. Yeah. And I believe that if maybe more people did, the world would be less stressful. That's what I'm going for. Yeah. I'm trying. Yes. You're doing it. You're doing it for sure. What's something you wish more people knew about energy work, divinations, rituals, what have you? I think the benefit not only to the physical body, but to the emotional body. Yes. Because it's the emotions that will kill the body every time. So I think if they understood, again, energetic beings living a human experience, this is a temporary soul school. Yes. And if you understood the energy of what you are feeling, opposed to what do you think? Where's the answer? We're taught that. Yeah. We're taught young, find the answer. And then it's like chasing a deer back into the woods, trying to feed it. And if you just sat, the deer comes. So does the answer. We're not taught. It's true. Yeah. So I wish they did know that. I think when you stop chasing energy and you just listen to how that feels to you, where is that hitting me? What did that say? Well, then that's a right way for me to go or a wrong way for me to go. Yeah. And then we should stop it there, because your right way and my right way are totally different, and neither of us are wrong. Right. Because yours affects you, mine would affect me, and we're souls with a body. Yep. And like you said, that human experience. Yeah. And I think, what was a hard pill for me to swallow was everything has to exist, right? Yeah. So I want my life to feel like a Lisa Frank coloring book with rainbows and hearts and unicorns. And I can remember I had a friend, significant other at one time, and we were having a day because I wasn't doing this. had not read the 4 agreements yet. And he was like, not everything is hearts and rainbows and unicorns. And my tiny little 4'10" stood up and went, well, in my world it is. And I stomped off, and it stopped everything. And it was sort of a changing point where I was like, I think I can do that. Mm-hmm. Like that stopped a major argument that did not have to happen when I just said, because in my life, everything is hearts and unicorns. Yeah. Yes, life is going to life. I've had it give me opportunities that really kicked my fanny. Mm-hmm. And they made me who I am. Mm-hmm. So I've never really had a bad thing happen to me now. I've had a lot of lessons. Yes. I've gone to the bottom of the well a few too many times, self-inflicted, not realizing it was self-inflicted.
Isn't that something? We do that to ourselves.
And now I'm like, all right. So I learned from that, bleeding fingernails and all.
Yes.
Here's hoping I don't fall down the well again.
Right. Now I think you're more wise these days, so you know how to handle certain things that would come up for you. And I think I did have the gift of I don't want it twice, but I did have the gift of cancer that said, you may not stay here. And I literally had a 50-50 shot. It makes you very cognizant of time. Yes.
And what is a waste of time? Well, I will tell you, arguing with somebody else who's just doing their thing, you either align with it or you don't. Mm-hmm. So they're allowed to do whatever it is they want. And if I enjoy it, great. Yeah. If I don't, I'm going to just go over here. Yeah. Like, do your thing, chicken wing. It's not mine. Yeah. But go for it.
Yeah. And I'll talk to you when you're done.
And that goes back to that, what you wish people knew.
Yeah.
I mean, everything does have to exist. I wouldn't understand the value of life if there wasn't somebody out there taking it. So do I want to hang out with somebody who's taking other people's lives? Probably not. Right. But their soul does have a purpose. I don't have to like it.
Right. True. Fascinating to look at it that way, huh? Perspective. Looking at things with different eyes. Yeah. Really can open up your eyes. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting their path, what would it be?
Let it flow and don't be afraid of who you are. Mm-hmm. Like, find your safe people, because isolation is going to kill you.
Yes. Yep, for sure. Yep. That's very true.
But I mean, you came here to be a unique individual. So love who that individual is. I think a lot of people end up with addiction, health issues, whatever it is, because they don't like who they are, because they've been taught their whole life there's something wrong with them. Yeah. No, everybody came here to do something very specific. Every person has that thing. I don't care whether you came out doing it all right, which I've never met a person who's done it all right, or you stumbled for 40 years. Mm-hmm. You always have the option of flipping it around.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep, you have that choice, and you can flip that around literally in a moment.
In a moment.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. What magic are you currently brewing, such as new offerings or ideas? And I know sometimes we have to keep things a little private before we release them.
So I don't keep anything private. A, talker by nature. And B, I do not believe in competition.
Right.
And that is a very hard concept for people, which is why the first time I came in here, my heart lit up like a Christmas tree, because you said, no, I don't either.
Yes.
Because, yes, we're all in the same line of business. It's called bringing peace to the collective.
Yes.
So are we going to be doing the same things? Absolutely. And you're going to have the people that resonate with you, and we're going to have the people that resonate with us. And if we all just support each other, then everybody gets what they need.
Yes.
So, I'm just all about the collective community, for sure.
Nice.
Awesome. For sure. No competition. And it's hard to get people to understand. I literally mean it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a podcast interviewing fellow business owners. So
right, exactly, right? And I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be. And I'm like, oh my God, Melissa asked me.
Yeah, I mean, on my mind immediately when I started this, I was like, oh, I know I'm asking her.
In comes the imposter syndrome, right? Because you hear that, like, well, who do you think you are? I don't think I'm anybody. I'm just me doing my thing.
Yes.
I don't think I'm anybody. I genuinely did not wake up today to do anything but being me. I did not wake up going, well, whose day can I mess up today? Definitely want to get in front of that guy in traffic or rob that girl of her opportunity. I don't want to do that.
Right. And
aside from karma, somebody's going to do that back to me.
Right. The universe will take care of that anyway. But if someone's actively going out and trying to do that to somebody else, then
they're hurting.
They got to look in that mirror.
They're hurting. Mm-hmm. Hurting people hurt people. And I know that one so well, because for a good 20 years, I was a hurting person who didn't realize how much she was hurting, and I hurt people. Oh, yeah. So I was always very loving, and I was always very kind internally, thinking my actions were saying the same, and they were not. That was a high horse to fall off of.
Interesting. Yeah. And it's for you to to be able to realize that about yourself and even talk about it about it now shows that you face that issue. You've looked at yourself in the mirror and you're healed beyond that, and you are doing what you are doing now.
I'm trying. And will I allow poor behavior? Not like I used to, because I used to be the over caretaker with a doormat, and then I'm yelling at you because, my bad boundaries.
Now you're frustrated.
My bad boundaries, right? And I didn't understand all of that. Like, well, I did all of this for you, and now we're keeping score. Why are we keeping score? So it's like all of those things. I'm living my life very differently, and the results definitely show in my own internal, my health, my emotions, all of it. I mean, I can still get thrown out of alignment. Everybody does, but not like I used to.
Right.
We're talking twice a year. It used to be 5 times a day. So anybody else, who's ready?
Huge difference.
Yep.
So now I have some fun questions
fun.
for you.
Okay.
What is your sun, moon, and rising sign?
I always get panicky on this one because friends taught me so well, and then I get asked and I get nervous. I am an Aries. So that's my sun sign. My moon is a Pisces, and my other is a Libra. So I joke because I'm a jokester. So I always say I'm cosmically bipolar, and I'm trying to keep them even.
That's funny.
I'm either fire or I'm water, or trying to keep it all together.
That's funny.
Cosmically
it's a bonfire happening over here.
It's a bonfire. Cosmically bipolar.
I love it. Do you have a favorite crystal or herb or tool that you always work with?
So I absolutely love amethyst. I have no idea why. And selenite. I call it my cosmic eraser. Selenite can do everything. I'm running it through the energy field. I'm holding it. I'm sticking it in pockets. I'm making other people hold it. I'm a big selenite fan. But really, is there a crystal not to like?
Right. Really.
There really isn't a crystal not to like. And I, again, have the beauty of 16 people around me that are learning and growing. So I am in a constant pool of learning. There isn't a wrong person to go to.
Right.
So people always say to me, like, well, who's your, I can't have a favorite. They all have a favorite thing. There's something favorite for me about all of them.
Yes.
So I think those are my tools, my people.
Yeah.
And then who doesn't love all the tools?
Right.
Again, it's back to that same answer. Like these things are fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so the copper wands and the tuning forks, the crystal bowls, I absolutely love them. But I am a big frequency studier.
Nice.
So my deepest dive, I would have to say, is learning frequencies. And my son hears in music. Like I can play a bowl in another room and he'll tell you what note it is, but I hear the number.
Oh, interesting.
So I hear everything in number frequency. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, that is really fascinating.
Yeah.
I love that. Nice. What is your magical nickname or archetype that you resonate with?
Oh, I don't even know. Repeat the question.
What is your magical nickname or archetype that you resonate with?
Okay, so we have a funny story. We did a past life regression, and I won't tell you the details, but they call me the ambassador. So that's my little nickname around Dragonflies. They call me the ambassador because apparently, other planetarily, I was an ambassador checking on Earth. But that was a funny story. So I think that would be my nickname, and then I don't know that I could pick one for the other.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm one of those people that hates to pick one.
Yeah.
You're raised to like pick that one answer. And I'm like, well, who are you asking?
Yeah.
Because are you asking the mother? Are you asking the spiritualist? Are you asking the type A? Are you asking the friend? Who are you asking? Because the daughter definitely has a different opinion.
Yeah, true.
So I have to ask who they're asking that question to.
That's true.
So I have a hard time picking one thing of anything.
Pick them all. Just pick them all. Yeah.
Right.
Tea or tincture?
Ooh, I'm a big tea fan.
Nice.
I am a tea fan.
Nice.
Yep.
Tarot or runes?
Tarot.
Nice. Cauldron or candle?
Ooh, how do you choose? I would probably go more with a candle.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. If your spirit guide had a voice, what would it sound like?
Probably a Disney character. It would, humor is my biggest healer.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to get me serious, even on a serious subject. Like I'm, again, very responsible. But serious is overrated. I think laughter does a lot of things. So I think my spirit guide would probably have a very fun, humorous Disney
kind of funny.
Yeah.
I
think one of the Disney characters I really related to the most, and I could definitely see a spirit guide like this, is Raya, the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was like quirky, or Dora. Like, when you're not grounded, you're Dora. I'm sorry. So they tend to have voices like that.
Yeah. The one that
I do have a couple that have booming voices from like, ooh.
When you said the Disney voice, the one that popped in my head immediately was the what was the bat that sang, I'm Batty and I'm back? He starts singing, straight from the biology lab. And he starts,
yes. Yep. I don't know.
Hilarious.
Serious makes me nervous. It stunts me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can be serious. I used to report to boards, but it was
like
that mask. I wasn't genuine. I wasn't in my heart center. The inner child wasn't leading. So that all does massive production.
Nice. Yeah.
So, most of my spirit guides are pretty funny.
Yeah. Nice.
They all have a headache like this. What is she? What is she
Just
doing?
like
Oh, Lord. Getting popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how she's going to do that? All right. This will be good, guys. Look.
Wait, watch.
What for us? Oh, she did. Yeah, she did it.
We could go on with that one. That's funny.
Yep.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I currently have a dog named Luna.
Ah.
Yeah, she is a Min Pin Shepherd mix.
Aw.
But I did have a heart dog. His name was Emmett. He was a shepherd, and he was definitely an angel on earth. He got me through the heart of the hard, because the easy only started a few years back when I got on the right alignment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yeah, my heart dog. My heart dog.
So that was all I had for questions for you today.
Okay. I have 1,000 for you. When do we get to interview Melissa? What do you think?
And we can interview me. Was there anything you wanted to add or share and tell anybody?
I mean, there is no wrong place to go. You definitely want to come see Melissa at Enchanted Dragonfly, and Dragonflies and Amber is always open. We do a ton of referrals. So like if there are things that we don't know, because there are 16 to 19 of us, always shoot the question. But I mean, I've sent clients here.
Yes, I've sent them to you too as well.
Yeah, because we don't have all the answers, but I know where the safe places are.
Yes. Yep. That's why I do the same. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. So I would say find your community. If there was any advice I could give anybody.
Nice.
Trust yourself to find your people. Some of those kitschy things like your vibe attracts your tribe, but it's true.
Yeah, very true.
And when we're going through the hard stuff, we were taught to isolate, and it's a bad idea.
Yeah, very true. Yes, definitely don't isolate yourself.
Yeah, so those would be my closing thoughts is, just be who you are and then go find the people who love it.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're going to help you. Like the people who are genuinely telling you, I'm saying this because I love you. Those are the ones you want to listen to.
Yes. And as you be yourself and you set out that vibration, that will connect with other people with this like-minded vibration, and you guys will just vibrate together.
Right. Yeah. Because, the inner critics, they're brutal. We're beating ourselves up more than anybody outside of us can.
For real. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. We are our own worst critics, for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah. That is for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. This is so fun.
I love it.
That was so fun.
So come check her out. Go check out her Facebook page. Give her a like and a follow. I'll post it in the description. And as always, come check us out at Enchanted Dragonfly, 99 Church Street, Whitinsville, Massachusetts. And follow our podcast. Give this episode a like. Follow our channel. Help us grow. And bless be. Love y'all. Bye.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye, guys.